This is Dr. Ravinder Singh, your friendly neighborhood neurologist. So today's topic is focus. Is your life in focus or out of focus? We all want it, but too often we find our lives, our dreams, our vision a little out of focus. So it is time to think about making a fresh start and putting your desires back on track. We all have things that seem to be missing from our life: a clear direction, fulfillment of goals, financial security, a great marriage. The list is endless. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Want is a growing giant whom the coat of have was never large enough to cover." The universe is perfectly balanced. Nature is perfectly balanced. It is only humans whose lives are out of balance. What we need is to restore our equilibrium. That has been my passion in my practice of medicine, and the integration of Western and Eastern medicine is an attempt to create a balance between acute treatment and disease prevention. Most of the Eastern modalities treat patients by attempting to restore equilibrium, the natural homeostasis of the body. We need to restore the same equilibrium in our lives. Getting balance is not about adopting new strategies or learning new methods in order to change our behaviors. It is about creating a balance in our desires and the way we conduct our lives. Everyone has desires. I'm not talking about the desire to eat homemade chocolate chip cookies warm from the oven, although not a terrible desire to have. I'm talking about the desire you have deep within to live a life that is extraordinary and satisfying. The desires inside of you are who you are. These are what give your life meaning. Often there is a disconnect between these desires and what you consider reality. Reality is what your life consists of on a daily basis: work, friends, colleagues you interact with, conversations you have with relatives or strangers. Reality is what your habits are. If there is a disconnect with what you desire and what your reality is, then you are creating an imbalance. And that is manifested in your life by a sense of dissatisfaction. Depending on how dissatisfied you are is an indication of how big the imbalance is. Once you realize you have dissatisfaction in your life, then it's time for a change. Time to refocus. Since your reality is created by your habits, if you want to change that reality, the obvious place to start is by looking at your habits. Your habits determine the quality of your life. Successful people have successful habits, and it stands to reason that unsuccessful people don't. It's that simple. Now, all you need to do is find out what habits make successful people successful. One of the most important differences between people who become successful and people who don't is the habit of delayed versus instant gratification. We all want things now, but this habit is not one that will lead to success. Successful people don't just drift their way to success. It requires focus, discipline, and ability to delay gratification. Most of our daily routines are nothing but habits. Our activities of daily living are all habits. The way you dress for the day, eat breakfast or not, get in the car to drive to work, check your email, greet people, all of these are habits. Combine all the habits and that gives you your life. So if you want to change the reality of your life, start looking at your daily habits. When I was young, my breakfast used to be a big bowl of cereal and milk. I remember I used to mix 3 or 4 cereals together, including some sugar-laced ones such as Sugar Corn Pops, Honey Nut Cheerios, Cocoa Puffs, or Frosted Flakes. Heck, if it was good for Tony the Tiger, it was good for me too, right? Or then I would add a healthy cereal. Well, I thought multigrain Cheerios was healthy. Then one day I decided to change my habit and I started to eat oatmeal or fruit every morning. And most recently, for the last year and a half, I made a conscious decision to change my habit for a really healthy breakfast. I now make a fruit and vegetable smoothie every morning while I give myself the weekend off because I became more health conscious. But it required a change in my daily routine, and it took me a while to make it a habit. Getting up 10 to 15 minutes earlier than my routine to cut up all the fruits and vegetables was not an easy transition in the beginning, believe me. So let's take our first step. Identify one habit that you want to change. Pick a habit that is relatively easy for you to change. Well, let me give you some examples to get you to start thinking about habits you might want to change. Do you socialize too much on the phone? Do you waste time checking your email throughout the day, or do you have a specific time reserved for that? Are you always late for appointments? Do you pay your bills on time, or do you end up paying late fees because you forgot? Actually, I'm guilty of that too. Do you return phone calls on time? Just so you know, even I haven't mastered all my bad habits. I am also incorporating the habits of success in my own life. By changing just one behavior or habit at a time can dramatically change your overall lifestyle. So make a commitment, make a change. Remember, your life will not change until you do. Until next time, be enlightened.